Hello everyone, welcome back to Slay the Spire. So, let's do another run. We did a defect run, it went well. We did a silent run, it did not go well. We should do an Ironclad run now. So, Ironclad is different from the other two, certainly. There's much more focus on attacks. They have a starting relic that gives me healing every single combat, so there's more of an incentive early on to take advantage of that if you're able to. We do start out wounded, but if after one fight, if we can avoid taking damage, we'll be right back up at max health. They scale by increasing strength or by using the exhaust mechanic, where you remove a card from combat and using powers to make that worthwhile. I'm not as familiar with this class. It's not one of my ones I'm good at. They have trouble building up enough block. Instead, they're very aggressive, so they have 5 strikes, 4 defends, and a bash. The bash applies vulnerable, which makes enemies take more damage. But you can see immediately that of our ability to spend energy, most of it is towards dealing damage. So we need to find some ways to not die. Let's take a look at our map. So, late act elites. This is some potential. We've got a super elite fight, then a campfire right after it, and then we can either bail and go on to the end, or do another elite fight right at the end of the act. If we can get strong early, that's some potential. And it does have another campfire out here, or a shop, depending on whether we have money at that point. Another early campfire back here, if we need it. So, one might begin here, go for this shop, and then do this elite fight, and then head up this way. Or go up here, take these 2 events, get a campfire, another campfire, or this shop, and go on like that. There's some potential. It seems like a right-sided board a right side of the board of the map seems better. The left side we could potentially do rest, boss, boss, rest. That's not bad either, but I think the right side is more clean. Anyway, obtain a random rare card, obtain 3 random potions, choose a rare card but have a curse, or get a random boss relic. Those are all very tempting. A random rare card, if it turns out good, would certainly make it easier to do all those fights. We could just go elite hunting. Random potions are kind of hit and miss. Potions are generally good. This would be even better, perhaps, but some curses can really cause problems. Like if we get a curse that's bad, we're pretty much forced to go to this route and get rid of it here. Which we might do anyway, but I'm going to go for the random rare card. It's a barricade, which is a little unfortunate. Block is not removed at the start of your turn, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to build up enough block anyway, so that's not that big of a help. Too bad. Makes me think I should have gone for the other thing. Anyway, so we're taking 12 damage, so we should definitely block twice and reduce that to just 2. Unfortunate, we're not going to be able to get our bash off. Here's our barricade, which would do nothing this turn. Next turn you're going to attack, and I'm not going to be able to build up enough defense to make that, not be able to build up enough block to keep it beyond your attack, and might the 3rd turn do something useful. So one strike would do nothing. It would just take away the block. So we might as well just avoid the 1 damage. Alright, get the bash out. And we should be able to kill him next turn. Never mind. We will not be able to kill him, but we will avoid taking damage at least. Alright. So this actually would pair very nicely with our barricade. If we do end up being able to just build up a ton of block, then dealing damage equal to our block would be worthwhile. True Grit is how we would actually get some block, and would let us start exhausting our cards. We haven't gotten to elite fights, and something is going to be Gremlin Knob. But I think we do have good attacks, so I'm going to go ahead and take the True Grit. I don't know if that was worthwhile. It's hard to know. So we can kill you pretty easily, and then just deal some damage to you. Sometimes when they don't begin attacking, you just have so much options. Now this is kind of bad because we're not going to be able to block all of it. We're just going to be able to do a little bit. It might have been better just to take a bigger hit. Oh well. We can't kill you this turn, so we have to block again. And now you're dead. We have an uppercut. An uppercut is very tempting. A fire breathing is also very tempting for the one particular Act 1 boss or Act 1 fight where it's the 3 guys that put a bunch of dazes in you. But uppercut would be awesome for both Lagavulin and the Gremlin Knob. So I think I'm going to take that. And that will probably be our first upgrade, too. Upgrade 2 random cards and lose some health? Definitely. I'll take it. I don't mind that. Not at all. Okay. So do we want to go for the fires or the relics? I think, because we still haven't gotten anything crazy good, I'm going to keep going for an upgrade first. Transform a card. Should we try to transform our barricade? Like, I'm kind of reluctant because that might pay off, like, well in Act 3. But it isn't now. So a demon form. That pays off so much better. A demon form, again, doesn't do anything the turn you get it, but at the start of your next turn, you'll gain 2 strength. And the start of the turn after that, you gain 2 strength, and so on. So you're going to take a big hit, and then you're going to deal tons and tons of scaling damage. Good trade. So this guy might actually just die too fast for it to be worth it. So yeah, let's just kill him. And now we're gonna take a hit. But we would take a hit last turn if we hadn't done this. Oh, no, we got him. Yeah. And then Flame, gain 2 strength. And a Havoc. Play the top card of your draw pile when exhausted. We're going to take the Inflame, but that's not a bad card. That would be a way of... I mean, that basically lets you play any card for 1 energy. And a Heavy Blade I'm not a fan of, but Inflame is just generally good. Okay, so we could make the Uppercut last longer. We can make the Demon Form give me more strength. Or the Inflame gave me more strength, I think. Or we can make the True Grit exhaust a card I choose. These are all good choices. Like, I would want all of these upgraded. Even the Bash I want upgraded. I think I'll go with the Uppercut, just to get the 2 debuffs on it longer. But that's a hard choice. Okay, it's a slime. And what is our boss? It is the slime boss. So this is... The slime boss is going to be a bigger one of these that will split. When it gets to 35% H, or when it gets to half health, it'll split into 2 more slimes. That pretty much hit for just as strong as it does. So... think of this as a preview of the boss. What you kind of want to do is get him down to like 36 and then thwack him really hard so that when he splits, he ends up with smaller slimes. Slimes with less HP. I'm going to demon form. We're going to take a hit, but oh well. Okay, I would love to inflame, but we just don't have the energy for it. Let's do that. And then defend. We're going to take a hit. This is a lot of damage for a regular hallway fight. So if we do this, it'll be below. So we're gonna split it this turn. I think he might be weakening us, so we don't want to have to deal with that the following turn. I'm gonna go ahead and split him. So he'll create 2 slimes that are at 16. Yeah, I probably didn't need to do the demon form. That was wasteful. Oh well. Here, kill you. We can't kill you this turn, so we'll just block you. There we go. A nice fire potion. That's a good one to get. Sword Boomerang is a good card. Another body slam. I'm going to take the boomerang. So... we could go to a shop and potentially get a cheap relic. Like, that's not impossible. But this would just be obviously an upgrade. It would be for the good. So I'm going to go ahead and get... like, that's a really good upgrade. But it's just so expensive. Whereas this will definitely work on any quick fight. But being able to exhaust a particular card might be really good. And we do need more block. I'm going to go for the Inflame. We have an Anchor, starting each combat with 10 block. Or we could get the key. I'm going to take the Anchor. Like I said, we have trouble with block. Would make it easier to do a early, something early like this, where we could just do an uppercut and then defend and be able to block all the damage. So this guy steals money. Let's get rid of him. So we're taking 16 damage. I'm going to go ahead and defend rather than trying to boost our strength. We don't need the scaling for a fight this short. So this would deal 12 damage, and this would deal another 9. Not enough to kill you. So I would like to get a shield up. I think we're just going to go with a strike, a defend plus, and then a true grit. We'll take a point of damage. What can you do? But now we need to kill this dude. We don't have the luxury to demon form. So he's trying to leave. He tries to escape. And unfortunately, we're going to take quite a huge hit. That's a shame. I didn't... I have regrets. Not enough to kill you, so let's defend. Like, I might have been good to use a fire potion there. Power potions are pretty awesome. A combust, but also a disarm. That is such a tough choice. Oh, disarms are amazing. But a combust would be so good this early in the game. Disarm would be great late, forever. That's always going to be good. I hope we survive to the end of the act. This looks like it might be a good run. This would be a great time to have a combust. So they're all going to heal for 3 every turn because they're super. You're hitting me for 10, but that's like nothing. I'm going to go ahead and power potion and see what we got. We could have corruption, which would mean our skills cost 0. We're not going to be... This is useless to us because we're not losing damage from cards. Corruption's really good because there's other things... Well... Like, say this turn we play it. We're going to be able to play all 3 of our defense if we wanted to. For free, and still do the 2 strikes. But then we'd have 1 energy left over. I'm going to take corruption. But I'm going to play 1 of our defense without using it. And we don't even need to use defense here, so no, I'm not gonna, well, I'll exhaust this one. But I'm definitely gonna get some damage on you. So the trouble is that now our defends are just gone. Like, this defend will not pop up again. It's not in our discard pile. And these guys are going to be loading us up with bad cards. So I guess that means our good cards will pop up more often, I suppose. Barricade would have been a good choice also, just because we have that initial block from the anchor. But, oh well. So disarm won't do anything because they have artifact. I don't think we can demon form because we need to kill at least 1. I mean, we're not even being able to guarantee to do that. That's a shame. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got that one. It's going to be at 21, which is just too much for our fire potion. That's a shame. Yeah, we're taking quite a hit here. Okay. So we can inflame. We have this nice big uppercut, but we don't really need it. And unfortunately, the weak gets applied first. That's like, I would prefer to get... I should have disarmed this dude because now we could both weaken whatever. Okay, hit this dude. Oh, that was stupid. What was I thinking? I should have uppercutted one of them. Oh well. So the problem is we're running out of defense. And we are still taking damage. Let's bash you. Get a strike. There we go. Meal ticket. Whenever you enter a shop, heal 15 HP. That's pretty awesome. Not crazy, but you know, it's good. Apply vulnerable. That's not bad. We have a rampage, and we also have a hemokinesis. So this does a bunch of damage for 3 HP, which is not terrible. This is scaling damage, so it deals 8, and then 16, and then 24, and so on, once it's upgraded. It's not terrible. I think I prefer that over the hemo. Disarm will not be that good on Slime Boss. Rampage might. I don't even know when we're gonna be able to get our demon form into play. It's really hard when you only have 3 energy to play a demon form. Let's get Rampage upgraded. So to do another elite, it would either be Grim the Knob or Lagavulin. Lagavulin, I think we have a good chance to get demon form in play. Let's go for it. Okay, well we definitely can get our... We can't do Rampage because that will break your armor and you'll stop... You'll start attacking us. But we can disarm and then just end turn. We can get our demon form up. And now we have to attack this time. Because, well, we can wait, but he'll attack us next turn. So it's a good idea to attack this time. And starting with 5 strength is a good position to be in. Although apparently we have no block this turn. Let's vulnerable you. Not enough to kill you, but enough to make you die next time. There. Mercury Hourglass. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. This early in the run, that's going to do so much damage. Another disarm and a shockwave. This is very tempting. This is also very tempting. I'm going to go for the disarm. See? Look at that. There's 3 damage for the beginning of our turn, which gives us enough to kill this dude in 1 hit. But unfortunately, we're going to take some damage here. We won't because we have the anchor. I think we won't. So, you die. No, we're going to take some damage. What am I thinking? We can reduce this so you take only... You'll only hit me for 5 instead of 7. I was thinking we could do it twice. Alright. We can rampage. Well, we can strike and just kill you. And then rampage and kill you. We have a hemokinesis. We also have an infernal blade. Good cards. I'm a little reluctant to take it. I feel like we've already got a few really good, strong, single target hits. And we need something else now. Like, the The only virtue of this would be if we happen to draw in the same turn as our True Grit. But I'm gonna skip. That might be a mistake. I might have wanted to take something there. And I think we need to rest. I don't feel confident going in with this little health and no potions. Alright, so it's a big one of these dudes. We can immediately get you weak. It would be very nice to get some scaling right away. There's the demon form. But he's going to hit us hard next turn. Unless we can get him down to below 70. Which we're not going to be able to do. We just don't have the... We don't have the damage. Okay. We can disarm you. But that's so little. Well, why didn't the 2 weak and vulnerable last? Oh well. Oh yeah, second. That was 2 turns. Never mind. That was kind of a waste. That would be... That's not ideal. I mean, I'm very hesitant to lower that, but to spend a energy lowering this by 2. Ouch. Okay. Now we have 7 strength. So he's gonna split into 2 at 50. I'm glad we rested. Now we have these awful slimes, and they're both gonna debuff me for more slimes. Let's disarm the back dude. I guess I should have played a slime. It didn't matter. Okay, let's see if we can get you below 25. We'll take 10 damage from you, but what can you do? Okay. I want to get this one down, if at all possible. So he's gonna split. It's not a very good split though. We could kill this one, so we don't take damage from him. Yeah, we need some AoE. We're gonna be stuck defending, but we can do that. We can kill this one if we wanted to, or get this one pretty low. If we get this one low, it'll die next turn. I like that. From the Mercury Hourglass. Okay. Rampage you to death, and the fight's done. Okay, we got a Limit Break and a Reaper. Reaper's healing. Deals 4 damage to all enemies and heal HP due to unblocked damage. So you get a bunch of strength, your Reaper, and then you end the fight with like plus 30 health. Limit Break, this is a flat double your strength. And that's better scaling. This is better survivability. Scaling. And there was some other card. Runic Pyramid, at the end of your hand, you no longer discard your hand, is decent if you're going to do things that need timing. Philosopher's Stone, gain a energy at the start of your turn, but all enemies start with 1 strength. So I find that's generally a good trade. And this would just be transform 3 cards and upgrade them. If you drew bad things. But we have good hands. Right now, our problem is that we have all these really expensive good cards. like Demon Form, Uppercut, Bash. And we have all these cards that are really nice at control, but don't actually do damage or block. So more energy is probably better than timing. We have quite a bit of money. Got to keep that in mind. Find a shop. It's always nice having the super elite already dead. It means that we give you a lot more freedom to choose the path you want. So we got a double rest there, potentially a triple, quadruple if we choose to avoid all the elite fights. I feel like starting that. We could always bail and then go this way and get this elite fight and that elite fight, or to bail on this one and get this. It's a reasonable approach. So we want to go up this way. We need to be here. This would be 4 fights. This would be 4 fights. They're all 4 fights. So we're going to get a hard floor fight before we get to, well, we're kind of good. I want to go to the shop first, so we'll head this way. We could really use some AoE, and this fight is terrible for our relic. It just basically it doubled the damage that all of them are going to deal. That's really bad. That's really bad. We can knock one of them down, but then we're going to take 12 damage. We have some block. It's okay. Yeah, that's okay. We'll kill the first one. No, I was wrong. We blocked almost all of one. That would be if they were doing 12. Instead, they dealt 24. Okay, now this makes up for it. We just completely negate you. Now we can't stop this one from hurting us. We can't kill that one easy. So let's play a defend. We'll deal 2 attacks on this dude. Kill him. Or no. Should we kill him or should we get some more block? Hourglass will kill him next turn. So we should grit and get a bit more block. All right. We don't have any strength yet. Unfortunately, we can't deal with that either. We can't knock you out of the ground, but we can at least disarm you a little, get some defense up, and thwack you a couple times. All right. You're still attacking me. I think we should be able to knock somebody down this time. There we go. And here's our first source of strength. Oh no, we did get the other thing, but that's fine. We can just kill this dude. Did not quite draw the cards we want. Now, I am looking towards this ghostly armor because I think the problem in our deck right now is we are not getting enough block. So I'm going to take this. Like this. Not a single block card in our entire deck. So we're guaranteed to take at least the 3. Okay. Disarm. And now we win. That demon form is taunting me, but we can't afford it. And it's not necessary. Another Inflame, another potential Havoc. I'll take the Inflame. And here's our shop. We get some healing from our meal ticket. That's very nice. I forgot about that. So we have a prayer wheel. Normal enemies drop an additional card reward. Potentially very good. Like, very good. There is also a limit break. An Ornithopter, a Brimstone, is a curious way of scaling. I don't think we want that. I don't know if I've ever had a prayer wheel before. Like, we'll have to be very careful not to bloat our deck. But I'm going to take that. Unfortunately, we can't afford the limit break anymore. It's a shame. Do I want anything else? Like, draw some cards? Maybe get rid of Basic Strike? Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this works. I really haven't, I haven't played with that before. We'll have to keep in mind. I don't want to end up with like a deck with like 50 cards in it. That would be bad. So, we got a pretty bad first turn. They're both attacking us. We'll be able to block it all because of our anchor. I think long term, better to disarm you. And we could True Grit away one of our strikes if we just want to have our better cards show up more often. Or we could just deal some damage. We don't really need more block at the moment, but let's get rid of that strike. Alright, so 10 incoming damage. We're not going to be able to block it all. That's a shame. I wonder if we could kill you this turn. So this would be 11 damage, and then it would make this deal, what, 16? So no, we can't kill you this turn. What am I thinking? We could at least reduce that to only 7, but I think it's probably better to just get our Rampage scaling. Ghostly Armor will help, definitely. Let's Inflame. Limit Break. Okay, now we have a free turn just to whack them for some damage, or we could Demon Form. It's probably unnecessary, though. Like, we kind of have maybe too many sources of strength scaling. No, that's lies. You could never have too many sources of strength scaling. I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel no pain. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 4 block. It's already upgraded. Wow. Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying about having to worry about bloating my deck. I would love some AoE damage. I really would. I would love Havoc because it exhausts cards, and Feel No Pain will benefit from exhausting cards. They're all upgraded too. I really don't want to cleave. I really don't. It's the one I think I probably should get right now, but I'm not going to. That might be a little irrational, to put it that way. Alright, so we'll disarm the one. We'll definitely ghost the armor. And now what? So we've dealt with the incoming damage. I'd rather get Rampage scaling up than deal more damage. I think so. Okay, so another disarm on this guy. That brings you down to doing only 8 damage, which gives us an opportunity to get our demon form up if we wanted to. I feel kind of bad, like we never play the demon form. And still are not going to. That was a bit of a waste. I thought that would bring it down to only 4 damage. Oh well. I'm never sure how it rounds. Okay, now we have to be careful. When we kill this guy, we're going to get weakened. This would actually not be a terrible turn to get weakened, except for we have no block. Or not weakened, I'm sorry, vulnerable. So this guy, actually it would probably make more sense to kill this one so that we don't get that big hit for 11. Which means we'll get a big hit for 10, but we were going to do one or the other. There's our Feel No Pain. So that would let us get up to... Well, we already have decent block this turn. But we don't really have anything else to use with our energy, so might as well. I'd rather have a defend than a true grit in my deck right now, so... That might have been a mistake. Yeah, we could have just... No, it wouldn't have killed him. Never mind. It would have killed him next turn, but this will too. There. There's a corruption. I think we gotta take that. We just gotta Feel No Pain, so... yeah. And then a flame barrier. That's perfect. But we are definitely in danger of bloating our deck. Let's get something upgraded. So that would make that cheaper. That would give it more block. This would make it not exhaust, which is pretty awesome. I want so many upgrades. Like, all of these cards could use upgrades. All of them. But not exhausting this card will help us scale. Ah, so we have this ritual dagger where if we use it to kill something, then it will increase its damage by 3. Or we could just get some money. You know, we've got a lot of cards that hit really hard. And we've got good scaling. I think I'm going to go for the money. They didn't even notice. Now, getting these disarms up would be really good for bosses that it's good on. That was a fairly weak statement, but of all these cards I want to upgrade, I think this is the next one. Okay, we gotta keep on looking. Oh, this is a perfect opportunity to pick up a key and not take the candle. You can play a curse if you... But we don't have any curses, so it might be useful eventually. Okay. So that lets us play all three of these and this one. Unfortunately, this card is not going to be very good because every time we hit it, it gets 3 block. And so we're pretty much going to do like 2 damage to it. It's not a very useful thing. We can certainly get you disarmed. We can certainly get ourselves some block and more block. That actually was better than I thought it was, because you had vulnerable. And actually, I think I misunderstood the mechanic. It seems like it was dealing all the damage at once, and then it got a bunch of block. So Feel No Pain and the other card at the same time, the Corruption at the same time, means whenever we play a skill, we get 4 block. It's pretty amazing. But unfortunately, this boss is already dead, so we don't get to see it in action. It's not even a boss. It's just a regular fight. I don't want any of those. I don't want any of those either. I'm going this way because I think right now we have good cards. We just want to get them upgraded. I don't think... Like, it's always possible that we could get something amazing from one of these fights. But we know we have amazing things already. This is a bit tricky. What to do here. I think I'll Demon Form. But it's definitely tricky. Hard to know what to do. Because these guys are going to start scaling pretty hard. And we need to kill at least one of them. So... I hate to... This would give me 4 strength. That's kind of a waste. Let's Feel No Pain. Let's get Ghostly Armor up. And then... Which one of these do I really want to play? Like 8 damage? Or 2 strength? 2 strength, probably. Okay. And then we'll get some block. But now these guys are hitting really hard. And we need to be careful about that. We'll have Flame Barrier up. I'm not even sure it's worth it. Well, exhausting will give us some dodge, so that will actually help. Let's see, which one's the... You're at the top health. So that gave me... It reduced you by 3 and increased my block by 4, so net benefit. Flame Barrier. And let's get a Defend up. Okay. So Corruption would just let us play Disarm right now, which isn't that big of a deal. Instead, I mean, we gotta be really careful. These guys are getting scary. I might want a Skill Potion. Let's see what we can do here. So we're at the point where we're dealing 16, which is not enough to kill this dude, but we can kill this guy. But even then, let's Skill Potion. Let's see what we got. Battle Trance, or just Flame Barrier. Get more block out. So how much incoming damage? We have 12 and 15. So we could block. We'd be blocking 12. Or get 4 from this, so we're at 16. We'd be drawing these 3 cards. And Rampage is not upgraded if we take that. We would have access to that Defend, but that's not as good as a Flame Barrier. And I'm not sure... We wouldn't be able to play... I mean, we'd play a Rampage instead of a Strike, but... I don't know. That seems minor. Let's go ahead with the Flame Barrier. And then we'll disarm you again. Oh, let's make sure this works. I know it should work. I just don't trust myself. Okay, we're taking a hit this time, but we do what we can. There's our corruption up again. But we can already play all 4 of these cards, so it doesn't help us at all. So we can kill one of you. This one deals more damage. And now we can kill you. Okay, Pummel is not terrible. It exhausts, so potentially more feel no pain. It's not upgraded. It just does some damage. Iron Wave is a block. I'm not feeling it. Headbutt would not be terrible. That would let us get our... Just like having one headbutt would let us get that limit break up over and over again. No, let's pass. Should we finally get our demon form? Or should we make this cheap? One issue is that we just don't have that many skills. So our corruption just isn't that effective. Like, half the time we see it, we don't even play it. I'm gonna do the Flame Barrier, just for the extra block. That might have been the wrong choice, but I don't know. It's hard to know these things. Got a Snecko. Oh, our card costs are randomized. Like, now this is really expensive. I think instead we'll just go for... Well... It's so hard to know. Like, if we get this, then this card will fade away, and we can use True Grit to get rid of this one, which feels like a terrible decision. We'd end up with what? We'd end up with 7 plus 8 block, which would block this attack. But what's going to happen next turn? I think instead, no. We'll just keep ourselves alive. That's what happened next turn. Metallicize. So that's going to give us some permanent block each turn. And it keeps on bringing up these headbutts. Like it's trying to tempt me. I think I don't want it though. We're already in danger of bloating our deck. And we better rest. Yeah. What, I have 2 Thorns potions? It's weird. Seems like we always fight this guy. He's kind of annoying. Alright, let's get our potion. Let's get our powers in play. Should I Thorns myself up? It's always hard to know whether to go for the ads or the main boss. I think we will go for the ads. And keep disarming the boss. This is going to be a painful turn. I can't kill you this turn. So many powers. Okay. So we have a decent chance of being able to kill both of them if... Well, it's really hard to judge. Let's see how it hits. We wouldn't be one-shotting that one, but we still wouldn't with this. I'm trying to decide whether to play the Corruption, and I think I will not. What are we drawing next turn? Only 1 skill, and we'll probably play it. Let's see if we get lucky and kill at least the one. Good, nice. Killed both ads. Now we're weak, we're frail, and we're vulnerable. And he is about to get stronger, and apparently he's not summoning ads, he's buffing himself? Curious. And this limit break is now getting silly. Now we are up at 34. Our strikes hit for 30 damage. Unfortunately, we can't take advantage of him well. He's going to be summoning an ad. We have a decent chance of just being able to end him next turn. No, we can't. We're not going to get... That's not enough damage. Oh well. And we're still frail, so we're not doing a lot. So I think we're gonna need to rely on our Feel No Pain. So we should try to exhaust all of these by using Corruption. So Corruption. Well, Sword Boomerang just to see if anything good happens. did not. That might be the end of us right there. Oof. Okay, we can kill the boss this time, so. That was a tricky turn. We have a blood potion, heal for 20% of your health. And we are offered a second corruption, which would let us get to it sooner, or a reaper, which will give us some healing. Or a juggernaut, whenever you gain block, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. That is actually really good in combination with corruption and feel no pain. So Juggernaut's really good, but this would let me go into the fight with full health. Okay, we have a tiny house, which is fairly weak. We have a busted crown, which would give us fewer card rewards. Now we do have a prayer wheel, so that means basically instead of getting 6 choose 2 right now, we'd be getting 2 choose 2, and we could always skip. Or we could just get Sozu, which would mean we can't get potions anymore, but we get 5 energy to play every turn. I kind of feel like we're still not able to play all of our hands because of the energy costs. And more energy would mean that it would not be as painful to get the powers out. So I'm gonna go with Sozu. It might not be the right choice, because it kind of gets in the way of our corruption. Because with corruption, the costs go away. But I'm gonna go with Sozu. Hey, we're gonna die to the what's his name again? The awakened one. I really don't like that fight. So we have a couple late act elites. That'd be good to run by. Going to this shop right before the end would also potentially be good. We also have a shop right here. At some point we're gonna need to rest and get the last key. So I'm thinking we could either go up this way from somewhere down here and end up doing this elite fight, rest, elite fight, rest, elite fight. That's actually quite a few elite fights. Or we could go up this side, get a shop, elite fight, rest, rest, rest. So more hallway fights, which are not fun to do. Or at this point we could cut far left, go back up for a shop, or up for this elite fight, or go up this way and then turn there for a shop. I'm liking this, so let's start here. No, I'm not a fan of this fight, especially because we have crap AoE. We still do not have good AoE. So we certainly want to do those two. Now it's, how do we want to put our last 2 energy to use? Do we want to uppercut and rampage, or uppercut and defend? We kind of already have a ton of defense, so we don't need to defend. That makes it easy. Let's go ahead, uppercut that one, and then rampage you. Another case where I'm wary of taking demon form. Like, just limit breaking right now would bring us up to 6. But if we do that, we won't be able to spend all our energy. Like, we're taking 14 damage, potentially. We can't kill anything. We could disarm and you'd be doing 11 damage. We could metallicize and get 4 block. Or we could true grit and get 7 block. Both of these together would block most of this attack. Disarm would block you in the future too, though. And limit break would just be better at finishing the fight. It's a tough call. I think I'll disarm and then true grit. That might be the really wrong choice, but oh well. All right. So Juggernaut could we go up there and then we can put our flame block, but everyone's attacking really hard this turn. So we don't have enough energy to kill anybody. We could Juggernaut, then flame, then defend. It's not the best option, but it's what we got. There's our Feel No Pain, but we don't have enough exhaust in the... I really want to kill this guy before he gets that 20 hit off me. So worst case, the sword boomerang doesn't hit this guy at all. Best case, it hits 3 times, and I guess, well, I think either way we want to bash. Okay, now sword boomerang will hit this guy, or potentially, no matter what happens, we'll be able to strike and kill you. If it hits this guy twice, then we can, well, ideally it would hit this guy twice and we'd strike and then we're done. Okay. I think that's fine. Okay, we have to do 27 damage to you. We're not going to. So these guys are coming back. Let's go ahead and corruption. Maybe we can, because we're going to be gaining block from each of these, and then our block is going to deal 5 damage. So I think that'll work. Barely. Alright. So whenever a card is exhausted, draw a card. You know what? It's too late. Fighting the awakened one, I just don't want to play that many powers. I shrug it off. Yeah, I desperately have been looking for more cards that give me block. That's been our problem all run. Okay, I'm in free fall. I can land, and I can either lose a Feel No Pain, which would be terrible, lose an unupgraded defend, or a unupgraded sword boomerang. Now this has actually been useful, even though it's unupgraded. And of course we played tons of defends. I'm going to give up the defend. Back to full, or close to full. So we could mirror a card. We could get feed to increase our max HP. It's kind of too late in the run to get that. We can't get potions. Sozu, we can no longer obtain them. I do regret that we didn't get that cleave back when we were offered a cleave plus. It would have been useful since then. Do I want an evolve? No, not with this boss. Do I want another true grit? Not really. What card should I duplicate? A limit break, perhaps? Or another feel no pain? Like, we just don't have that many cards that exhaust. It's a problem. Another disarm? That's a thought. Duplicating a disarm? Like, can you have enough disarms? Enough flame barriers? Of course, just getting more block might be the best way to get more block. Instead of duplicating a card. Disarm will be better against the heart. But it reduces the chance that we'll get there. I'm going to take it. Might not have been the best choice. Might have been better to get our Feel No Pain. I don't know. Should we get an Akabeko? Nah. And we have another shop on the way, right? Yeah, we could go up this way, skip this fight, and get in our shop right there. Or we could just go right here and get that shop. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. We're gonna walk away. Really feeling the lack of AoE. So you need to die, so there's no point in disarming you. It's gonna take forever. You need to be focused. I guess it doesn't matter. There's the Feel No Pain I wanted a moment ago. So this is going to be a little tricky dealing with these guys, because they have the thorns on them. Let's draw a card. Get a bash. Uppercut's clearly better. Okay. We could just bash you again. There we go. That would deal damage to us. We can just wait. I don't mind. We could just let the what is it? The Hourglass just slowly kill him for us. Another flame barrier. Let's take a look at that in a moment. A iron wave. Now this is interesting. This is a card we could put in our deck and never bother to play, and just let it go ethereal, and potentially give us, I don't know. I kind of like Iron Wave, just because we're so low on block cards. It won't exhaust, though. Are we bloating our deck? Maybe. This will exhaust, though, with the corruption. And if it doesn't, then we have a ton of block, so. 12 cards. Match them to keep them. 5 tries, no do-overs. There's a bludgeon right there, if we care about it. There's a headbutt right here. Let's finally take that headbutt. There's a use for it. Alright, got the Nemesis. So, remember, his deal is that he goes ethereal every other turn. Or intangible, so we can't hit him. So, just wait this time, I guess. Okay. So let's get a Feel No Pain out. A couple disarms. Now he's not doing such big numbers anymore. And let's preserve this, otherwise it'll disappear because we don't play it because it's ethereal. And sure, we'll deal 1 damage to you. Now we can hit you. But I might as well play that. You know, I should have waited for the... well... I'm going to play a flame barrier, just so we don't take any damage. And we'll actually deal more in thorns to him. Okay, we could corruption. That's always a potential. And then just not always play our defense. But we do have a good way of spending... well, no, it's an intangible turn, so there's not much point in doing anything. That's corruption. And then we'll just get some debuffs on you. Just like you're doing to me. Getting some hefty damage on me. So this is what the virtue of Headbutt is. We can get that limit break showing up right here. Or a Rampage. But probably right now, limit break would be better. We don't get it, but it'll be there next turn. Unfortunately, it's going to exhaust, of course. We keep getting so many burns. Like our cards are just not lining up for what we want to do. But that's okay. We're slowly getting hits on him, and he can't hurt us very much because we've disarmed him so much. So not this turn, but the following turn we'll kill him. We need to survive a 37-point hit first. Which we have done. Now we're even at full health. The first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. That's pretty awesome. A fire potion we can't pick up. And potentially? I think no. Let's recall here in case we need to rest later. Yeah, I hate this fight. So right now he's gonna do 13 damage and debuff me. I'm kind of cool with that, so let's just take the hit rather than risk something worse. Now he's gonna hit me for 45. That's less good. Now he's gonna hit me for 25. That's more workable. This guy doesn't scale at all, so all we really just have to do is wait long enough for him to for us to get really powerful from our demon form, which is still not upgraded. And not accidentally make him start wrecking us. And then we'll smash him down like in a hit or two. Did I click the wrong card? No, I got limit break. Okay, good. He's hitting me for nothing. That's fine. This is probably overly safe. Like, I probably could just start whacking him and it would be fine. Like, this turn, we kind of are unable to block all the damage he would do. Let's just see if we can kill him. And we're not going to be able to, but we reduced that to 4, that's fine. Now we'll kill him. No. No. Singing Bowl. When adding cards into your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. That would have been helpful. That's such a good combination. Prayer Wheel and Singing Bowl. But unfortunately, we don't have very many fights left. Like, we might be able to get us up to like 90, maybe. So I'm going to skip this and instead... Well, no. We have a shop right there. Never mind. It's so hard to know. I'm going to Corruption. We have so much strength gain in several sources. Just making this a little cheaper. Probably not the right idea. I don't know. I'm annoyed with this fight. I keep on running into it over and over and over again. It's boring. Here. And we're not gonna do well. Like, I can't kill them this turn. That's fine though. I keep forgetting that we have that anchor. That's a nice card. Do we have room to limit break? Like, we're gonna be taking a big hit almost anything we do this turn. I think it might be best just to kill this one, just to avoid 14 damage. And then block a little bit. And then maybe disarm this one. I don't know, I'm not happy with that. Okay. This would be where I'd love to get that corruption. Shrug it off. Let's see if we can get that corruption. No, we got armor instead. Let's flame barrier instead. Because that will hit both of them. So that deals our incoming damage. Now, sword boomerang? And another disarm. This is gonna fade. Feel no pain is so good. I'm just gonna get that in play, even though it's not gonna be particularly helpful this time. All right, but yeah, the game is taunting me for not getting that that one cleave that we could have been using over and over again to kill these. How are we gonna do this? So that 10 times 2 coming in is the worry. I don't have all the energy I want. So we could do 12, and then that would be 19, and this would be 27. And we have 32 coming in. We don't have metallicize. And that means we could not play this Juggernaut, which would not deal that much damage anyway. Or we could take a hit and get the Juggernaut out and potentially still not kill that guy. Nothing, even no matter what, we can't kill that guy. So I think we won't Juggernaut. Oh, and we did get a bit for exhausting that card. I didn't think about that. So we're good. So let's kill this one. Get this one going down. And disarm this one, I guess. Not quite enough to kill you. Too bad we don't have that Juggernaut up. Then it would have killed him on that attack. Oh well, it's okay. We didn't lose that much health. There's the Reaper, but there's another disarm. How can I turn down a disarm? Oh, it's Transient. So, Transient, I don't think I've seen him in the past couple runs. So, he attacks you for increasing damage 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, I believe? Or it goes higher than that? And then he dies. He dies in 5 turns, no matter what you do. He has 999 health, which you will not be able to deplete unless you have poison damage. Instead, every time you deal damage to him, he loses a strength for that turn. So if we deal 38 damage to him, he'll hit me for 0. If we deal 28 damage to him, then we'll be able to block and deal no damage. So things like Disarm are actually really bad on this fight, because just a strike dealing 6 damage would effectively do the same thing as a Disarm for 2 turns. Let's uppercut. Weakness certainly helps. Let's get our uppercut back next turn. So we've already got him below. Let's see. It's kind of like in the it's kind of like the silence card that lets you get blocked next turn. This disarm will give you, will take some of his strength away next turn too. So I guess we'll do it. All right. So we got Limit Break, but we don't... Well, actually, no, we have some Flames. This is not a good turn, because we do not have a lot of damage. So it's only... This is going to go 5 turns, which means we're going to do... These are the cards we're going to get for the next 4 turns. We're not going to have a chance for our deck to cycle. Well, so Corruption is not a bad thing here, because we're going to be losing these cards anyway. So we'll get that uppercut off. Let's Limit Break first, double our strength, of course. We're going to take a hit here, but it's not that bad. Then we'll get more cards for next turn, which is definitely welcome. I Feel No Pain is always good. Getting vulnerable... You already have vulnerable up on you. Okay. Without that, it's better just to do straight strikes. Let's Inflame. Alright. Juggernaut's actually really good for this. So yeah, let's get that out. Rampage. We're getting some nice double hits here. We're set up well for this fight. This is going to work out, I think. Yeah, we're done. This can be a real trouble for some decks, but we managed to make it work. We don't have potions, unfortunately. Power Through. Add 2 wounds into your hand. Gain 20 block. It's a skill. It's upgraded. I like block. I'll take it. And let's just get some HP. Oh, I don't like this dude. Not at all. You're no fun, man. We're just gonna disarm you and disarm you. And then start whacking away at you. Okay. Got a Juggernaut. This turn's gonna hurt. Yeah. Okay. The thing is, he's doing 10 damage to me every turn in addition to what he's actually doing. So, we just need to keep on building up more and more block. I don't think we can demon form. Forgot about the metallicized. That was it didn't matter, but I did forget about it. There we go. And this level of block that we're seeing occasionally is one of the reasons why that card, like where you just deal damage equal to your block, is a good card. And Entrench is like that too. Double your block. Exhume. Ooh. I like that. Do I want Entrench? Like, it's a skill, so once we get Corruption up, but the more cards we add to our deck, the least likely we're going to get Corruption up in time. So I'm going to take the HP. Okay. At the start of combat, heal 2. Way too late for that. Start each combat with 2 strength. That's not bad. Or we could remove a card. We could do both of these. We could potentially do this, Second Wind, to exhaust some of our cards. I think I want a Sling, just to get some initial strength. That way, if we get a limit break on our first turn, it's not useless. And then let's remove what? Just one of our regular strikes. We're close enough to full that I don't care. So, what should we upgrade? Should we finally upgrade our demon form? that we got way back on, like, what, the 3rd floor. Alright. So, issue. Look at this firsthand. Issue is that whenever we play a power, he gets 1 strength. The solution to that is that we could go ahead and disarm him. The problem is these guys are scaling really heavy. They're going to be going, there'll be a 5 strength next turn, then there'll be a 9, 14, and so they're going to start wrecking me. I think I'm going to feel no pain, just because that's just so powerful. And it's going to give us enough block to survive this hit. Da-dee-da-da. Another really good card. I want to save this for now. I want to save some of our disarms until he comes back to life. If we get that far. If we're going to Juggernaut, we should do it now before we do anything else. So... But where is our damage? We're just not getting the damage to deal with these guys. It's a little worrisome. This is nice, though. When you get him down to low strength, his multi-attacks hit for not very much. Like, so this is interesting. If we strike, we'll deal 6 damage. If we defend, we'll deal 5 damage. So it's almost as good to play a defend as a strike. And even more, it gets us the actual defense. Like, this would only do 9 damage if we hit him. Potentially more if we hit this dude. I'm going to wait on the power through. I don't want to pollute our hand. And we're dealing with the incoming damage. See, now it's throwing all these at me, and I'm really, really tempted to take them, especially the demon form, just to start growing. I mean, we gotta kill these guys. We can't leave them up. This turn's gonna hurt. Okay. So the trouble here is if I true grit, it'll get rid of my disarm. So I might just want to play it just to get some advantage. Yeah. Because I'm going to want the block. There's the corruption. But I don't want to play yet. I'll wait till he's at lower health. And we have more more strength built up. Another awkward turn. Like, I don't want to... I think we might just take the hit here. We're just going to get hit for... Let's go ahead and metallicize, and then we'll just get hit for what, 7. So this would kill him. Let's not kill him this time. Let's just keep letting us scale a little bit. What would our hand be? Next turn? I think we'll wait. Okay. Get our limit break. That's a lucky draw. That was in our discard pile, so that must have rotated around and landed here just at the right time. Should we kill him? I think so. I think this is the right time to kill him. So let's hit him. Now we can inflame and limit break. And now we'll just preserve this. Next turn you're going to go crazy, but we should have we should be able to deal with you. Like, just looking at these 3 cards. There we go. So we get the chance to die to the heart, if we get to it. We'll get a full heal from the shop, so there's no point in resting here. We have no money, so this is just a chance for us to regret. Like, we could have a bag of preparation. Actually, none of these are that good, so I'm not feeling that much regret. Like, the fire breathing would be the best for the heart fight. Alright, so the first 2 turns of this are the real struggle, so we just need to make it work. We're definitely going to disarm you. Do I want a Juggernaut? Probably. Oh, that's... yeah, of course, you have artifacts. Oh well. It's okay. We're not gonna get hurt for the first attack. But would it be really nice to have gotten some disarming on you? Might have wanted to bash first. Oh well. Okay. Well, now we can disarm you. What's in our discard pile? The Rampage. This is the most crucial turn, because we're gonna, if we can survive this turn and the next, then we're gonna win the fight. But that's not so easily done. I mean, we have 4 cards and we have 4 energy. It's not like there's a lot of challenge here. It's just trying to decide, do I want to turn and hit this guy, and then turn back and hit this and not get killed by this one. I guess we can't control it. No, we have 2 targeted attacks. And do I perchance want to... Now, we definitely should bring back the Rampage with our headbutt. It doesn't matter. We're not going to get through the shield. Ouch. Okay, big hit coming from you. What do we have in our exhaust? We have disarms. So first thing, we're going to want a rampage. So just get your turn in the right direction. Now, power through will give us half the block we need. The flame barrier will give us the rest. Metallicize will help guarantee it. Alright. Now we have to turn back and attack you. We can disarm you and disarm you again. Definitely want to weaken you, but let's inflame first. Or I could attack twice. We don't really have a lot of we don't have a lot of strength at the moment. And unfortunately, we don't have anything that's going to give us block except for disarm. So, and we didn't even have that. We don't have feel no pain up. Okay, we're going to take a small hit. What can you do? No, we're not. We have metallicize. What am I thinking? Okay. Another big problem. So feel no pain. Corruption will let us play this for free. It doesn't matter. We're going to have excess energy, no matter what we do. Now, one issue is we can't turn to face this dude. And he's the one that's going to be hitting us for the most right now. So what can you do? We're going to take a big hit. Okay, again, big hit from you. If nothing else, we need to turn. We got an exhume. What do I want to exhume? Another disarm or another limit break? Oh, I want to exhume a flame barrier. What am I thinking? Of course. Or even a shrug it off might be best. Because we have so much energy. Look at that 86 block. Okay. Look at that. He's at 1 health, and he's going to be a real jerk and not be able to be killed. If we get enough, block up, he'll kill himself. But that's going to be a trouble. I think we need to hack through his shield. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be able to face the heart at low health, but what can you do? Bird face turn. Sure. I mean, it's no dead branch, but there's that cleave again here to taunt me. Do I want to make it harder to not get that to get my cards at the expense of having some block? I think I'll just take the HP. It's hard to know. We do have a blood potion. It's gonna heal us up for a little bit, but oh dear. These first few turns are gonna be so vital. Unfortunately, we don't have any strength. I thought we had something that gave us strength on the first turn. Oh, it's only elite combat. Oh, that sucks. Okay, like this would have been a good turn to get powers. Let's disarm. So he's going to hit me for 48. Oh yeah, I forgot. Because of our because of our Centennial puzzle, we get some free cards. But we're not going to be able to use them all. We could exhume another disarm. Okay, we got 4 energy. This is really hard. Let's disarm. So we could exhume and disarm again, and that would get us another 8 block, or 6 block, because we'd have to play 2 cards. Or we could get 12 block, and that would bring us up to 18. 18 and 26 is 36, 44. Or, yeah, 44. Which would let us survive the turn. Now I begin to doubt myself. So that'd be 20 and 24, so 44, so we're gonna not die. Okay. Oh, and we had... Do we have metallicize? Or something? Where did we get some HP there? We got some extra block. What did we get that from? Oh, the dazed. Okay. Yeah, sure. So he's so disarmed, he's not going to hurt me. Let's go ahead and get a flame barrier up so we don't take damage, and we deal a ton of damage to him, which will be great. Just keep on disarming. Play some crappy damage. That was fun. Okay. So we need to get some block up first, otherwise we're going to be burning HP. It would be good to get our flame barrier or 2 up. It would also be good to get an exhume up. But a flame barrier is essential. You know, we don't have enough block. If he's going to hit us for 40 next turn, we're going to use our potion. We should just use it now. There. So we really need We need to get at one of our power throughs or a corruption or something. Bit of healing. I'll take what I can get. Okay, vulnerable wore off. And did all of our disarms wear off? I didn't know he cleaned disarms. Or maybe he just buffed himself and overcame our disarms. That's unfortunate. Are we gonna die this turn? Let's see. 16, 13, so 38, 37. So close. We could exhaust this and get a bit more energy, or we could actually attack and get some scaling. Like, 11 damage is not going to determine the fight, but an extra 4 health might. 3 health. Okay. Yeah. GG. I think I probably should not have played all my corruptions the first turn. I think he cleansed. I didn't know he cleansed. I thought we'd be able to keep him low. You know? Huh. Yeah, there's nothing gonna save us from this. If only... Okay. Well, more you know. I thought that spamming disarms would keep him safe, except for the big hits, but apparently we need to only use disarms enough that we reduce that to 1 or 2 damage. Okay. Well, so of our 3 runs, we had 1 die in Act 3, we had 1 kill the heart, and we had 1 die to the heart. That's actually better on average than I usually do, so I'm not unhappy. Should I do a 4th on the Watcher, perhaps? Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Till next time.